just changes your life and changes your perspective. So from going to a place where it's all about how can I get more people to look at me, I felt like that was why that still small voice was guiding me away, kind of saying, David, you've gotten so caught up in trying to impress everybody. You're a people pleaser. You try to make everyone happy and please them. And you've gotten so caught up in what everyone is saying and trying to make them happy and get their stamp of approval that you've lost yourself. And I was on stage, with, millions of people watching sometimes on TV, or thousands of people, or hundreds, or wherever. And everyone's singing along to my songs, and my people screaming and saying, I love you, oh my gosh. Things like that. And people would always tell me, like, you must be on cloud nine. You must be having the time of your life. Everyone wishes they were at this point. Just take it all in. You couldn't be happier. And I was trying to convince myself, yeah, I'm happiest that I've ever been. And it is an amazing experience. It's an amazing experience. But when you become dependent on fame and popularity or money, then you can't help but start feeling empty. You get a crash after all of it. It's like eating a chocolate cake. It's like, okay, it's amazing, it's sugary goodness and all that. But after a while, you start feeling that sugar crash. And so what do? Oh, you're starting to feel bad? Well, just eat more chocolate cake. And more will help you feel better. But that just makes you feel sick. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how I relate that, focusing on those kinds of things. I would look at my friends, like when we perform at these things and these places and these other artists, life got so crazy. I remember one fun experience where we were backstage getting ready to go on, and I get a knock on the door, and I open it, and it's Bruce Springsteen. And he's like, hi, sorry to bother you. Would you mind meeting my daughters? Is that okay? Oh my goodness. Life was just nuts. I was just a teenage kid, and it was awkward, and I don't know. And so, it's like, it's still awkward, but that hasn't changed it. But when I would look at my other friends and artists who I was performing with, and just people who were at these events and awards and all these things, I'd see them also feeling that emptiness. For some reason, what we were doing, and everyone telling us that they loved us and that there's no one, what a place to be, you must be happiest. And there were so many people who were empty. They were trying to fill it with doing drugs, or just lots of alcohol, or just bringing girls back to their places, like all these things. And they were still feeling that unsatisfied. And I was starting to get depressed. I was like, why do I feel so empty if this is supposed to be the time of my life right now? I just don't understand. I felt like I filled that when I went on my mission. I felt like it gave me that perspective I needed. And when I got back, to leave the spotlight and then finish and come back, here I am now. And I was having a hard time finding my place again. And trying to please the people, trying to prove, I didn't just fall off the face of the earth like a lot of people thought I did. I'm here to prove myself, and I'm here still working hard. And I would go into these meetings, and it was all back, like, oh, that's nice, you went on a mission, but back to you now. Back to putting your name in the lights and getting your followers to love you again and all these things. And it was just hard for me. It was hard for me to go back there. And it got to a point where I just called my manager and I said, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do music. And she thought, what? Okay, that'd change a lot of things. You have a writing session tomorrow. Do you want me to cancel it? I said, no, let's go ahead and do it. They're expecting it. And here I was trying to write these hit songs. And people tell me, is that catchy enough? Or, this needs to be a love song because those sell more, and we want our music to be sold, right? And I was just like, what am I doing? I feel like I'm losing myself again. And so I go, these writers, the next day, and they say, so what's been on your mind lately? I'm like, man, should I to tell them. And I did. I told them I just got back from a mission that changed my life. Here I am trying to prove myself for some reason, and I don't even think I want to be here. For what? So that I can go back to feeling empty? And what's the point of going there? Just so I can prove to everybody that I'm somebody? What good did that do last time? What good did that do to everyone else I was watching do that? You know? And so I told them that, and they said, well, why don't we write about that? It's like, really? Okay. Sorry, this got very long, much longer than but we wrote, and I realized, you know, I still want to do this, but I want to find my own purpose. Instead of just trying to please people, make the record label and the management and the lawyer and everyone watching happy, getting their stamp of approval, I need to go forward with what matters to me. I need to keep this man close to me, the man upstairs.
Amen.
I don't want to leave him aside again. So that's what I did. I wrote this song, and it's called "Numb." So finally, I'll get back to music.